Hello, hello, and welcome back to Toonkind at 12 FPS. It is Gabe Barnaby, or whatever muse name you want to call me by, and we are picking up with part 2 with my lovely, lovely co-host.
Hi, I'm Nano, and I play Rex. And yeah, we're picking up part two of I forgot what this is called.
A cannon shot in the dark. So, where we last left off, the two had finished up. Well, they'd first met, as a quick little rundown. They'd first met and ate some food, and came to the decision that it'd be best if Rex headed to Trance's former abode to take care of the plants there and keep an eye on it while Trance is out and about, since there really isn't anyone left for Rex to be with, to really hang out with in Crowhelm. And where we last left off, they had finished shutting off the electricity and water to make sure that Raven didn't have the worst utility bill ever, and emptied out the fridge of perishables. So
Mhm.
they'd finished cleaning up, making sure that it wasn't gonna be a horrible, horrible place to come back to, because nobody likes the smell of rotting food as soon as they open the fridge. And they walked for half the day until it started getting dark before deciding to set up camp and bed down in the forest.
Yep.
And I'm gonna roll survival because just because like I feel I feel like it's necessary. It's
No, that's
probably
fine.
necessary.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, let's see how this goes because I just realized he has a terrible survival stat. It's just +1.
Let me. I
That's
don't
a
remember.
6. So he's having a little bit of trouble. The wood. It rained somewhat recently from the storm that passed through on towards Las Alluvia. So he's having a bit of issues trying to get the campfire set up because the wood's all wet. There's a there's very quiet swearing that he's trying not to let Rex hear as he tries to light some what dry moss he could find, and it wasn't really dry enough.
Rex tried to help, but like he was trying to help set up the fire, but he just immediately just put out what Trance was doing. Look at both their rolls.
Yeah, for the audience, Trance got a 6 and Rex got a 3. So it's looking to like it's gonna be a little bit of a rough start to the night. But they're gonna like they're not gonna just accept that there's not gonna be a campfire or anything of the sort because for one thing, Trance sure like he's pretty used to it, but Rex is definitely a bit more of a city kid, so he's not really equipped to deal with the cold as much as Trance assumes he is. So he's gonna try again. Okay, there that's much better. That's much better. There was a he had to search a little bit further out, but he managed to find some wood that was not soaked because that's an 18, and managed to get a fire going relatively quickly once he actually had everything that would actually make a fire for once.
Yeah. And Rex has made it a point to, sit by the fire and, kind of pout cuz man, it sucked that he messed up that.
Trance digs through his bag for some of the rations that he keeps because why wouldn't he keep some rations on him? And um, they've done a fair bit of walking, so he offers Rex a good sized hunk of bread to munch on, and starts getting the bedroll set up with like his own half of it. Like just he's got his mask pushed up over his nose and he's just got it like in his jaws. Just hands are freed. Just
Yeah.
it's a bit of an odd look, but
Yeah, no, Rex is fine with it. It's just, he's probably eating the bread and sitting on the dirty ground. Um, he's he's a pretty dirty kid, anyways. Not like in the sense, oh god, I mean in the sense that he kind of just he's the kind of kid you would find that ends up covered in dirt, even though he didn't even do anything like a dirty activity. He just finds a way.
like he's the kid that you ask him to go outside to water the plants and somehow he's got his knees are completely grass stained and there's dirt on his shoes and there's like a bug that keeps like trying to land on his hand or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Marvelous. So, Trance gets the bedroll spread out and, you know, wipes it off a little bit and then pats it. It's just like, all right, we're not going to bed just yet, but I'm going to take first watch. So, you get to have the
He,
bedroll first.
he nods and um, he just moves the crawl in the bedroll and he looks at Trance for a second. Don't you, don't you have two bedrolls or is this just one?
Why would I have two?
Oh. Man, I don't, like, I feel bad taking yours though.
It's fine, kid. It's fine. Like,
Mm,
it's it's really not a big deal. I've slept in worse conditions. There's a moment where he's stretching out and his shoulder pop, spine pops. Just
yeah, Rex kind of just sits there in the bedroll for now, watching the fire crackle, just kind of huddling.
it's
Um,
it's a
kind of.
it's a pretty nice evening. The sunset's not bad. There's no storm clouds or anything. It's nice warm colors of yellow and orange and pink.
Yeah. Rex just he's gonna move to lay down anyways. I mean, he did just eat a lot, so he's not very hungry. He did finish the bread though. Um, so he's probably just gonna lay down for a nap.
Yeah. It's well, if Rex is gonna nap, then Trance is probably just gonna cook up one hot dog that he took from the fridge for himself. Get use his axe to sharpen the top of his stick until it's clean and pointed. Jam the hot dog on there and start cooking it over the fire. It's quiet. It's a quiet evening. There's there's more birds. There's more sounds of nature out this far. Now that they're a decent ways away from the ever quiet Crowhelm,
Yeah.
and
Uh,
it's it's not bad. It's Trance looks around and it's not the worst place, but it's not the best either. But either way, it's mostly dry. There's a fire. There's food that he can have, and he's probably not gonna wake the kid up for second watch. Honestly, it's not a big deal to him. He's fine. They're resting. It's there's a there's a crack in the woods. There's quiet voices. And I'm gonna have um okay, let me okay. Ooh. So there's quiet voices not terribly far from where they are and sounds of snuffling. And part of Trance can make out, look, there's one over there. Let's see what they got. And he moves from where he'd been, sitting with his back near the tree, near where he set up the bedroll, leans over and shakes Rex awake.
Rex wakes up pretty easily.
Wake up.
He's immediately bleary and like
Shh, shh, shh.
Raven?
No.
Raven?
Shh, quiet.
And he's quiet.
There's some people here. Sounds like they might be looking for a fight.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Shh.
He's oh.
Quiet. I don't think they know that we're onto them.
Okay. What do I do? Well, I mean, I know how to fight, but like,
Just
like, should we get the jump on him?
absolutely. Yeah. Come on. Up.
Okay.
All right, and I'm gonna have you roll stealth. And here's a. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Okay. All right. Let me just pull up a thing. +3. Okay. Wolf. No, that dog is distracted. Oof. Okay. Passive perception is 10. So perception +0. So that'll be. Okay. B1. No, that is a nat 1. Okay.
Wait, is it actually? Oh my god.
Okay. That bandit sees nothing.
that that
That
bandit
one
is
sees
like,
nothing.
man, they are getting bad
Oh
rolls.
my god. Okay, so it looks like because Trance was able to hear the the uh, the bandits and their pet wolf before they got too close to the camp. It looks like Rex and Trance are getting the drop on them. So, uh, all right. So there are 3 bandits currently edging the towards the campfire, uh, with a wolf at the heels of one who is currently wielding a crossbow with long hair tied back, and uh, they're all looking pretty ragged. And the first one is just completely unaware. Like he's holding a sword, and he is just, look, there's a bedroll. They're asleep. Let's get them. And the other 2 are just like, yeah, okay, let's get closer. Let's get him. And the wolf seems to be distracted by the hot dog that Trance left over the fire, to the point where uh, they're not they're sort of clustered together. Uh,
well, then Rex has a plan. He kind of he like leans into Trance for a second and asks him quietly, "Hey, how heavy are you?"
uh, 180 pounds. Why?
Let me see if I can lift you up real quick.
Why?
Because I can catapult you
I,
into them. I have a spell called catapult, and I can catapult you into them.
you know what? Sure. Let's go bowling. Let's go bowling.
Wait. Wait, wait, never mind. I can't do that.
You
I
can't?
just I read it because it has to be object weighing 1 to 5 pounds. You're too heavy for
Ah,
it.
damn it. That would have been so cool.
You
That
could
would
still
have been.
try, but it'd be a strength roll instead of a spell.
I mean, yeah, we could definitely try that.
Yeah,
Yep.
let's try it.
Let's try it. I mean, it's a surprise round, so we haven't rolled initiative. They don't even know that the two of them are onto it. So,
Yep.
let's see how it
So
goes.
I'm should this be in athletics?
Yeah, I'd call that athletics.
Okay. So athletics roll.
Okay, I'm gonna look up the D&D rules for thrown objects real quick.
Okay.
Okay, because I forget how much I'd really, or how much the, sorry, how much damage that'd possibly take. Okay, I have the player's handbook, so I should be able to see. Okay, movement, throwing. What is there about throwing? Is there a thing, like specifically? Um,
No
there's
clue
saving
actually.
throws, movement in position. I'm gonna check movement in position. Okay. Okay. Um, smaller space, actions, help, hide. I hmm. Okay. I am gonna actually I'm gonna try to message someone real quick because I
Go
genuinely
ahead.
don't know how much damage this would do. But uh,
It could be bludgeoning damage.
I know it'd be bludgeoning. It's more of the amount, and
True.
also, okay, who isn't active? Okay, Comet and Marzi. I'm gonna see if I can message Marzi.
You might want to pause the recording for
Yeah,
this.
yeah. I'm gonna pause the recording real quick. Okay. And after some consultation with the lovely, lovely people at the first Draft House server, let's give a small round of applause for them. Hooray! Uh, we have determined that uh, because of the whole, well, a d10 per 5 feet of person being thrown, and surprisingly, that was a natural 20 that Rex rolled. So uh, that'll be shit. Would that be 60-10?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that would be 60-10. Uh, okay, so that's.
I can't. Oh my gosh, that's 35 damage.
That's 35 damage.
Is that the entire group of them? Or are we gonna like, or is that to one person?
Um, well, we did say that they were clustered together and that you didn't specify one in particular. So,
Yeah, Rex would have just thrown him at the group and hoped that like Trance knew what to do, cause like I mean like Trance seemed like an able-bodied fighter. So is Rex himself, actually. I mean he's been like partially trained by Raven.
yeah. But the funny part is uh Trance doesn't even have armor on, but there's a gonna he doesn't even roll non-lethal damage because he doesn't need to, because it's literally just Rex throws him at the three of their heads and hits all of them at the same time against this low-hanging branch, knocking all three of them out at the same time.
I didn't even get to use my cannon.
There is just the wolf left, who is now staring at the three unconscious people. The Toon that's knocked a little bit silly on top of them, who has taken half of that, so 34 rounded down, 17 damage. So he's not bad. He's not bad. He's up. He's doing pretty good. But he's so he's lying on top of these three, looking at this wolf, who just pulls its lips back from its teeth in a snarl. And I'm gonna have you roll initiative because now it's just the two of them versus a wolf. Somehow, I had an encounter planned, and get help just took the three of them out. That's
I forgot. Yeah, I know.
Oh, sorry. I'm still giggly. This is ridiculous. This is genuinely ridiculous. Okay. Let's
Okay,
see.
I got a 18.
An 18. Trance initiative.
I'm so sorry I ruined your encounter.
It's fine. It's fine. And the initiative for the wolf is. Well, I can just close out the bandit tab. It's so funny. I'm dying. Genuinely. This is so stupid. It's stupid in the best way. Well, it can't use pack tactics now. So that helps. That helps. What is okay, what is initiative again? How do we determine initiative? Dexterity check. Okay, so that would be +2. D20 +2. Wolf. That is a 22. So, that is a nat 20. Wasted. Because when you use it on initiative, nat 20s don't do much other than put you higher in the order.
Yep.
So, wasted. So, alright. Trance is first, and he's going to use half his movement to stand up. And he doesn't have. He has his axe. Actually, I'm going to have him roll to get it from his inventory real quick, because he does keep it there. Yeah, he gets it out of his hammer space real quick, and he's within 5 feet, so he is going to just try to wail on this wolf. That is a natural 1. No,
wow.
no, wait. I did that in D&D Beyond, so I should probably do it in the actual channel for it. Didn't count.
Yeah.
Did not count. Let's just.
Okay.
Look. I look away. He is competent. I swear. I swear he's competent. Yeah, that's a 24.
Well, you can make the excuse that he's surprised that someone that small was able to throw him that far.
True, but also, you know. So he's actually. I'm gonna use action surge because I'm gonna say the first one was just the surprise of like. Okay, he's still a little thrown off from being, yote into 3 people and somehow just knocking all 3 of them out simultaneously. So the first swing is a miss because he's still a little disoriented. And then Rex just sees him shake it off and to just go for it. That is a 24. So that is D12 plus what is it? 1d12 plus 4. And that is 15, and the wolf is dead.
Well, down,
Yes,
defeated.
it's down. He uses the flat of his axe to down it. This is Toonkind. We try not to murder here. We we try not to murder here.
Hmm.
Trance says internally, because there is a child nearby. Because otherwise, yeah. So it's it really wasn't that fair of a fight. He's thinking as he stands over the 4 unconscious bodies. Just
And Rex literally didn't even do anything but, like, take out 3 of them with one trance.
yeah. So Trance looks back over to Rex. Is just like, good arm.
Yeah.
Surprised that worked so fast.
Yeah, no, I was not really expecting that to work. Like, I just wanted to see if we can, knock him down, knock him flat so it'd be easier to attack him, but I kind of went I threw you too hard. You were kind of heavy, so it kind of I took all my strength.
Yeah, I could. Yeah. Uh. Sorry, I think I might have hit my head against the branch a little bit. Uh. Sorry, this is okay. 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 We have to move. So,
Yeah.
how about you pack up? You get the bedroll, and I'll take care of putting out the fire.
Yeah, yeah. What time is it? Like, what?
At this point, it's past sunset, so it's starting to get more towards like twilight, later dusk. So it's a
Okay.
little on the dark side. Like they were hoping the bandits were hoping to get the late night sneak on, you know, jump some poor travelers as they're falling asleep. But turns out these are not 2 poor travelers. These are 2 badasses who just took them right out.
Yep.
Uh, so Trance kind of picks his stuff up and starts putting out the fire. And like as a little consolation, he like takes the slightly burnt hot dog and puts it down near where the wolf is knocked out. Just that way it doesn't go to waste.
Yeah.
But well, they are not camping there right now. This
Yep.
is so ridiculous.
I am so sorry. I didn't expect
There's
it
no
to do
need to
that
be
well.
sorry. It's so funny. It's just ridiculous. It's so funny. I love it. I love it genuinely. I love it. I'm just very surprised that the only damage Trance took was from being Yote.
Yeah.
So they have to pack up, and the fire is doused, and like dirt kicked on it, so it's like dead, dead. There is no forest fires here, because nature spirits and druids can be assholes to deal with.
Huh? Okay, yeah.
Look, Trance has had some bad experiences while camping. We'll just leave it at
Well,
that.
yeah. Yeah. Rex actually himself has never been camping, so this is new.
This is an adventure for him. This is just an all around adventure for Rex. Alright, so the duo set off again, and they have to travel for about like another hour. With I'm gonna say he's gonna be trying to cover up their tracks a good bit. He does a decent job of covering up their tracks, so like the if the bandits and wolf wake up, like they won't be following, and finds another spot to settle down and make camp.
Yeah.
And it's gonna making another campfire. He's actually gonna look over to Rex. It's just like, if you have the bedroll, do you think you're gonna need the campfire? Because we might be better off hiding without one.
yeah, I recommend just sleeping tonight. We already packed up once. I kind of don't want to do it again. I'm tired.
All right, you go ahead and get the bedroll out. I'll keep watch.
And he crawls back into his bedroll and moves to lay down there quietly.
Hmm. And it's pretty quiet. Crickets, the soft hoot of an owl, the occasional soft skittering footsteps of squirrels, other nocturnal creatures like possums, and uh, after a good solid couple hours, about midway through, that's normally where Trance would wake someone up to take second watch, but Rex gets to just sleep on unless he wakes up on his own. Trance is just keeping watch.
Yeah, no, Rex, Rex, Rex might wake up like early in the morning. I mean, like he's probably gonna wake up at like 3 a.m.
Hmm.
at the end, but he stays asleep for most of the time. Whenever he does wake up, though, he just grabs out one of his Actually, I know what he'll do. He'll grab a stick. I think he'll grab a stick and cast a spell on it.
Okay.
Where is it? Um, that's interesting. Um, oh yeah, magical tinkering. So he's
Okay.
going to imbue a stick with um with light.
Okay. So
Just
so he's gonna basically make his own little torch.
yeah,
Okay.
just so he can sit in the dark with it's not as loud as a campfire,
Mm.
and
Not
it's not gonna do anything.
Yeah, it's not so
It's
bright.
not any. Mhm. It's just enough for him to see as he like kind of sits there and like quietly just stares back at where he came from. Thinking about his home a lot.
Trance watches quietly for a bit, and then he just shrugs, just like, "All right, you're on watch for now." And he's gonna take a quick little rest. Just pulls his mask stays in place, pulled down, and he just crosses his arms and lets his head rest back against the tree, and just stays like that.
And Rex is just gonna be on watch for the next few. Do I need to roll anything like a perception check or anything, or are we good?
Um, I'm gonna say you can do like a general perception check. Yeah.
Uh, he got a 16.
Got a 16. Okay. Takes a look around, and it's pretty quiet. There's an owl that seems to be watching from a decent ways away. There is there's a little fox that actually pokes its head out through one of the bushes before skittering off.
Oh, Rex definitely just is like very excited about that. Oh, it's a fox. And he's kind of like sitting there, like like whenever you're like some animals are pretty happy, their ears wiggle. That's what he's doing, sitting there like staring at the environment. But yeah, I don't think anything else happens until morning then, huh?
No, it's quiet. Hang on, I'm trying to figure out how to use my stupid short rest. Give me my healies. Okay, there's that. Okay. It is being rude. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Alright, so Trance wakes up once it's around 7 o'clock ish. 7:30. Sits up and stretches. Nice big old stretch. Then he looks over. Things stay quiet.
Yeah. I saw a fox. I
Oh,
like foxes. I'm not, as I mentioned, I really haven't. I think I've camped once, but it was always in the forest of
Crowhelm?
yeah.
You really haven't left home, have you?
No, not really. I was found in a box, outside of Crowhelm, and then Raven took me in. Well, kinda. I was found in a box, but I didn't really live with him. I kind of just, I kept showing up at his house, and he didn't really object to it, and then I just ended up staying there because no one else could find my house.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I just wandered into their house, and then I'm their family.
Yeah. The found family kind of really is a thing in Einquell, as I've found out. So,
Yeah.
well, maybe this will bring you a little closer. I don't know. There's
Yeah.
there's there's a whole world out there instead of just staying in Crowhelm. So,
Well, it's like I, it's different. I didn't expect Raven to do this. I like camping, but I'm leaving my home because of something dumb like this.
mm,
It's kind of bro. It, it's not cool.
yeah, it sucks. It sucks. But I mean, what else can you really do if there's nothing for you? Just sit in that empty house and waste away? Nah.
Mm.
Come on, pack up. We're heading out.
All right,
We should be there by before nightfall, if as long as you keep up.
all right. Then yeah, I'll yeah.
And with that, I'm gonna say, let's do, let's try a Constitution, just like a Constitution check to see how good a pace they're going, because I kind of waved it off before, but let's see, let's
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
So, Constitution.
I got a 8.
they're not doing too good. they're not
Yeah, they're
doing.
slow.
They're not moving terribly fast. I think Trace is still he's not like back up to full health. So his leg is probably bothering him from it, his knee smacking into someone's head into a branch, cuz that does not feel good. It it
Yeah.
works. It knocked him out, but it does not feel good. So he's not moving as fast as he'd like. And about midday, he stops them for a break. It's just like, okay, okay, we're gonna sit and we're gonna eat and take a small breather.
Yeah. And of course he does that.
Yeah, set up not really so much of a camp as just like a little slight picnic spot. Trance takes a moment to, you know, check over his knee, make sure it's not too bad off before, dishing out the more perishable of the rations. That way he can save the non-perishable stuff for big, big, long trips because he has places to be, and this is honestly a bit of a side quest that should have been optional, but didn't feel like it. He didn't feel like it was an optional side quest.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's you know, it's it's definitely a bit awkward between these two. Like,
Oh yeah.
sure they worked pretty well together, but they didn't really. They're not friends. They're just kind of traveling together.
Yep.
So it's awkward silence of eating, drinking water, passing the canteen back and forth.
Yeah. Um.
So, kid,
Yeah.
you're a tinkerer, right?
Yeah.
What do
Yeah.
you make exactly?
Bombs.
What?
Bombs.
You're 18 and you make bombs.
Yeah.
And Raven was just okay with that?
Raven wanted me to figure out my own path, and I did. And then whenever he found it was bombs, he was kind of, you don't know him, but whenever he gets whenever he's whenever he realizes he does a mistake, he kind of sighs, disappointingly, and he shakes his head, but he won't stop you.
Okay, so. Okay. Okay. I. Uh, there's a. He rubs over, like, the forehead of his mask, just clearly in a little bit of a. Little bit of disbelief of just. This 5 foot 18-year-old is making bombs.
Yep.
Just. Okay. Okay. And please tell me you at least have safety. You have, like, safety. What's it called? Like, the outfit to make sure that you don't blow up.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, good. And I'm gonna say right now, that is for emergencies only. And I'm very glad that you threw me instead of pulling out, like, I don't know, a cannon or whatever.
No, I absolutely was planning to pull out the cannon. I'm actually
You
sad I didn't
actually
get
have a
to.
cannon?
I actually have a cannon.
Oh, I.
I don't see what the problem is with this. It's a really cool cannon.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. It is actually. That is pretty cool. We're not gonna pull that out unless it's an emergency.
Fine.
Thank you. Okay. Alright. We haven't made a whole lot of ground, so we're gonna need to. We're gonna need to get moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. You be
Um.
hydrated?
Yep. I'm good.
Good. No falling behind. And they're off again.
Yep.
I'm gonna say
Put it in the
advantage.
place.
That is. I'm looking away. Reroll. I am looking away from dice parser. I am looking away. Oh my god!
I got a one. I guess my. I guess I got. I gotta take the 8.
Please take the 8 because otherwise you're gonna, like, trip in a gopher hole or something. Oh Christ. They're just not
Yeah.
making it very far. They're gonna have to spend another night in the woods.
Yeah. It's like.
Like,
It's not his fault.
it's not their.
It's
It's
all like. Well, it's not his fault, especially because it's literally he's just never been camping, man.
He's never done this level of like hiking before.
Yeah, he's literally never left Crowhelm.
And I feel like, hang on, I feel like sorry, I'm trying to, there we go. I had to take out the charging cord. Um, so Trance is okay. Full truth. Trance is out of shape. He's a little bit out of practice. He hasn't. He got a little. He got a little sloppy. He got a little cushy at his job. So he's not as fast as he used to be. So they end up having to stop before they fully reach the sands of Las Aluvia. And I'm gonna pull up something else because I need something. I'm gonna say is uh, plant. Okay, I'm gonna say
Just go ahead,
okay.
whatever you plan.
Um, sorry, I'm trying to find a decent.
Mhm.
Why are half of these in the wrong? Ugh, I don't want to have to buy stuff. Come on, man. Okay, I'm gonna say there is okay. So the two of them just have to bed down again. There's not a whole there's not a whole lot that they can really do considering Trance isn't up to snuff and Rex is not in his home territory that they have to make camp again. And it's not too bad. It's
Yeah,
it's
I
definitely
wouldn't say it's
drier. It's
awful.
drier, so I'm gonna say it's a little easier to make camp. I'm gonna do advantage because yeah, it's a decent. It's not the best. It's not as woody as the previous section, so there's less. Uh, there aren't as many decently like good trees.
Yeah.
There really aren't as many trees, so it's kind of a meh place, honestly. Kind of, like there's a smaller river nearby where they can refill their water and all that, but bedding down, it's actually I'm gonna ask you to roll perception.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Trance does not get to because he is making camp.
4.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
you're good. You're good. Let me just. Um. Okay, okay, off to a good start. Okay, not as bad. Okay, that's the best one of them. So as they're setting up camp, well, as Trance is setting up camp, he's a little distracted, uh, keeping not as close of an eye as he should. And Rex, he's watching. He's watching out, and there's not a whole lot of activity going on until he sees what looks like a shrub fall over out of nowhere. Just
Rex managed to see this?
Rex manages to see this.
Even with the okay.
Yeah,
Um.
it was a 0. That shrub got a 0.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, no, he definitely gets up and is like going over to investigate.
There's it's just kind of a fallen over shrub. It's just staying still, completely fine. And then two other ones rake at Rex's legs. So I'm gonna have you roll initiative.
Rake.
Rake.
Ah.
So there's one on either side trying to scratch his legs with their branches. So initiative is Dex, so I'm gonna have to re-roll all that again. Yay! All right. So that is a 4.
That is a 19.
Nice. That is a 12. D20 minus 1. Number 3. And that is a 6. Okay. And I'm going to say that Trance is going to come in around late because
Okay.
he is currently in the middle of making a fire. And I'm going to say the first one is the one that's currently prone at Rex's feet, and the other two are about on either side.
So he's literally just being attacked by shrubbery, right?
Yes, these are awakened shrubs
Okay.
that might have gotten loose from someone. You know.
Well, here's the thing. Are you was Trance pretty scolding whenever you told him not to use the cannon? Unless it's an emergency.
He was trying to be pretty scolding, but this seems like a little bit of an emergency considering you are being attacked with
Yeah, true.
intent to intent to hurt. So, you get to go first though because
Hmm.
you are first in initiative.
Okay. I'm gonna I'm gonna flip a coin to see. Is there a coin flip actually?
There's D2, yeah.
Okay. Um, let's see if does Rex listen? I forgot to
You gotta call heads or tails first.
yeah
It's okay. So, let's say one is heads, two is tails, and he listens on tails.
okay, so he listens on tails. I'm gonna do that one more time. And he listens. So, um, he pulls out his great club instead,
Okay.
and um, like I think he pulls out his great club. Is that an action?
Uh, Pulling it out itself isn't, but like using it would be.
Okay, then yeah, he's gonna pull it out and use it on the one that is like attacking his feet right now. Just one of
Okay.
them. That is. I need to roll to hit. What is the plus for hitting?
It depend. Okay, so it is most likely your strength modifier plus your proficiency, if you are proficient in Great Club.
I think I am. I don't know if I'm proficient, but I'm gonna say I am. But he's gonna take his great club and with strength again, right?
Yes, strength and proficiency.
Where's proficiency?
You're level 4, so I think it's +2.
Okay. Okay, so that's just +4 then.
Okay. Yeah, so d20 plus 4. That is a dirty 20. So which one are you aiming for?
The
Left, right,
one
or
that was at
front?
right, the one that's attacking his foot.
Okay. So go ahead and left and right. So go ahead and roll your damage. For 7. Okay, it's looking pretty. It's got leaves starting to like strip off. Like one of the branches just snapped clean on impact. Like you got a good hit on it.
Yeah.
So it's still up. It's still up, but it's definitely not happy. And but the one that gets to go next is the one on your left, and it's going to try to rake against your leg, trying to get to that sweet.
Flesh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, no. Let's just go with like not on that one, cause oof. Okay, so +1 to hit. Okay, d20 +1, and that is a 4, so that does not hit. So evidently your pants are too thick for its little claw branches. It's uselessly scrapes over the fabric, doesn't catch, doesn't do much else. Cause it,
Okay.
you, yeah, there's nothing it can really do, cause it missed, it missed. And okay, so that one misses. The second one, the one that you just like messed up, is gonna attack next. And what is your okay? Does 20 hit?
Yeah, 20 hits my armor class. I'll tell you my. Do I tell you my armor class?
Yes, please.
16.
16? Okay. And I'm going to. Okay, it's 1d4. D4 minus 1. You take no damage. So it manages to hit, but it doesn't really even get your skin. It like catches on your pant leg and like scores it open, but it doesn't actually harm you. It just rips a hole in your pants.
What? That's my best pants, man.
It's mad and it kind of like makes this groany, clattery noise like at you.
What a bastard. What a bastard. I hate this. I hate you.
They are rude. They are rude. So the one that's at your feet is going to stand up, back up a little bit to be within 5 feet, and it's going to try to get you too. And let's see how this goes.
Yep.
That is a 15, so it does not hit. So it also scrapes you uselessly over your clothes. It doesn't hit. And Trance is going to finally look over and see, oh, you just smacked a bush, and the bushes are fighting back?
Hey, they attacked me first.
Just only you, kid. Only you. And I'm gonna roll initiative for him, and this is gonna be ridiculous because he has a stupid modifier of 8. Oh, not too bad, actually. So, uh, he's going to pop in because he was a little bit late, and then he'll rejoin in the regular order. But what he's gonna do is he's going to pull out his axe, and he is going to cast Green Flame Blade on it.
Oh.
And what that does is you make a melee attack on one creature within 15 feet of you, within 5 feet of you. So he's going to move right up to the one that's on your left, the one that hasn't been hit. and he's going to try to attack it with that. So it's a cantrip, so one
Yeah.
action, and um, cantrips are. Oh, it's not a bonus action like I thought. Okay, so he's gonna have to use action surge, unfortunately. But he's going to use that, and he's going to attack the one that is currently trying to get you. That is a 10. That does hit because they have an AC of 9. And he is going to deal. Okay, so it's 1d12 plus 4 plus a d8. D12 plus d8 plus 4. That is 15 damage. So the one that he attacks just gets hit and he just cuts it right in half. It just instantly goes down. And one of the fun things with green flame blade is that uh, on a hit, the target suffers the weapon's neural effects, and you can cause green fire to leap from the target to a different creature of your choice you can see within 5 feet of it.
Ooh.
So he's going to use that to get the one that's in front of you that hasn't been hit yet.
All right.
Because that's within 5 feet of the one that was like they're kind of in a T shape with you in the center point. So it goes from the left to the one at top. So that's going to be sorry,
You're fine.
equal to spellcasting ability modifier, which means that's 1d8 plus 3. D8 plus 3, and that's 5. So the one in front of you is looking kind of bloodied. Well, the plant equivalent of bloodied. Just kind of.
It's leaking sap. That's what it's doing. It's leaking sap.
It's leaking sap, and there's like. It's kind of bent. Got one of the main branches is kind of bent, but it's looking pretty. Oh wait, it's actually vulnerable to fire. So that means. Hang on, vulnerabilities. Vulnerability to fire means. Damage healing. Damage types, fire. Vulnerability. So damage of that type is doubled against it. So the one that was in front of you just dies.
Oh.
Because the 5 doubled means that it's 10, and it only has 10 hit points. So, yeah, there's just the one that scratched you up. Just the one that took a chunk out of your pants. It's the only one left. And it's your turn.
All right. I guess he'll just take out since both of them are dead. He'll just take out the one he was attacking before.
All right, go ahead and roll to hit.
That's
And
11.
that hits. Roll your damage.
Uh.
Yeah, it's gone. It's dead. You murdered it. It's very dead. Uh, so yep. So do 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 do. The 3 awakened shrubs have very much perished. So you are now out of combat. Just Trance takes a deep breath and just. Seriously, kid, I look away for 3 minutes and you somehow get attacked by plants.
I don't know what happens, Liz. Liz, I did nothing wrong. I was literally like minding my own business, and then like one just fell over, and I thought it was another bandit, in a bush, but then they had started attacking me.
Okay, I've I've dealt with weirder, but still, at least tell me next time, kid, because these things can be kind of bloodthirsty. You gotta be careful. And he's
What are
gonna
they?
some kind of living bush. I don't know.
How how do you know if they're bloodthirsty if you've never seen them, or you don't know what they're called?
Honestly, most of the time, if something attacks you out of the blue, it's bloodthirsty. Anyways, like that's just general consensus of hey, are you just minding your own business? Something tries to get you? Yeah, they're probably either bloodthirsty or just straight territorial. They probably weren't happy that we were staying in their forest area. And Rex
Well, they
actually
can suck
watched.
it.
Yes, they can suck it. And actually, and he's gonna kneel down to the one that's like still kind of burning with green fire after like getting crisped. And he's gonna take what bit of the fire is still on it, and he's gonna take it over to the campfire and use that to finish lighting the campfire he was setting up. I mean, isn't all bad. Look, now we can have dinner.
Yeah.
Hope you don't mind hot dogs.
I'll have to live with it.
That's the spirit.
Can we have beans? Can we have beans with it? Is there
Sure.
beans?
I got a can of beans. Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's one of the pull tab ones, because otherwise it'd be a whole mess of trying to
Yeah.
figure that out. But the two of them settle into a meal of hot dogs and beans, and then
And
then
then
it's nighttime again.
and I guess Rex will be on watch this time.
Yeah. Trance seems a bit hesitant at first before sighing and just, all right, wake me up if you hear anything. All right,
Mhm.
anything out of the ordinary, or if something's too loud, just wake me up.
Yeah.
All right. He's not gonna use the bedroll because he's letting the kid have that for now.
Okay.
But he's gonna
Well,
sleep.
Trance still has his shiny stick. He's keeping that with him. He likes it.
It's good to have. It's good to have. So Trance finally gets a long rest instead of a short one. And yeah, I'm gonna have you roll perception again. Mhm.
12.
All right. Yep, it's just about the same as it was before. Back when it was the bandits. Before it's quiet. There's animal sounds. You see the same fox actually. Take a quick little peek at you before running off
Ah.
again.
He's very happy about that. He
Yeah.
actually might straight up just get out his journal and draw it.
Yeah, and the odd thing is, the fox does sit and stay long enough for Rex to get a pretty decent drawing of it.
Yeah.
For it before its ears twitch, and it takes off into the brush.
Man, that's awesome. He's like, oh, he's so happy.
When does he wake up Trance?
Probably at 7 a.m. when the sun rises.
How does he wake up Trance?
Rubs just a slight shake. He's not like he doesn't know him well enough to do a prank. It's too and he doesn't know the guy well enough.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Mm. There's actually, let me roll something real quick. Um, it's actually just a moment of Rex's hand grabbing the shoulder and starting the shake before his wrist is just grabbed. Just
Oh,
wake.
okay, yeah.
Let's go. Gently pushes it away.
Yep, he goes. He just goes. They go. What's the rule for us walking again?
I'm gonna do con. I'm gonna say because they're decently rested and like all that. I'm gonna say advantage and also add your proficiency because this is a little ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. We they need to get going. Gotta keep moving. So, oof. Okay. Yeah.
Wait, which one is whose?
Yours is the
Oh
plus
wait.
2, so yours is the 14. So you get a 14. Trey's
Okay,
got a
well,
nat 20, so he's doing great. He
well,
is
no. I'm immediately like, I have a plan.
okay.
It turns out Rex doesn't usually stay up all night like that,
Uh,
so that's why he's a little lagging behind. But he's a very small goat man. Um, um, but he ends up like he's like getting really sleepy, and like it's the kind of thing where he like. When someone grabs the back of your sweater and like they're like using you to keep them awake as they walk,
aw.
it's definitely one of those things. Does Trance dare to try to pick up Rex and carry him the rest of the way while Rex takes a short rest?
Trance actually, they walk like that with him hanging on to the back of like Trance's, either like the back of his like sweater or his bag. And before he stops him, is just like, okay, okay, kid, just okay. You put on the bag, I'll carry you.
And Rex
Take a nap.
hesitates for a few moments, but he
You
just
you need a nap.
he puts on the bag and he just quietly just moves to get picked up by Trance, piggyback ride, and just
Piggyback ride.
falls asleep. He falls asleep pretty quick on Trance's back.
Yeah.
And
Rick.
I mean, he's not even close to the ground because like Trance is like 6'5", so
Yeah. So he can rest his chin on Trance's shoulder, and Trance is just chugging along. He's feeling back in the groove of things. He's actually had his first full rest in
and
several
and
days because let's face it, this guy is fucking paranoid about being jumped. So
yeah, and so Rex is Rex is absolutely doing sleepy goat noises. Just sleepy
uh
bleats.
yeah, and eventually the scrub the grass goes from, you know, decently watered to scrubland to something drier, more towards desert. And it's hot, and occasionally Trance does pull out the canteen to take drinks from it. But there isn't a whole lot of there isn't a whole lot that happens up until Trance kind of shifts his hold on Rex and, you know, makes him bump up a little bit. Just all right, kid, we're almost there.
And Rex kind of comes to, but is still sleepy. Rubs his eye, with a bleat, yawns with a bleat, of course,
Aww.
and just slowly opens eyes, and he's like, "Where, where, what? Hmm?
Almost there.
Oh, okay.
Think you can walk?
Hmm." And
Nah, you stay on. It's fine.
oh, okay. Well, he was about to push off, but he stays on and just kind of clings.
Yeah. Trance
Um,
normally Trance would just dump the kid off, but he still seems pretty tired, so
Um,
So, soon enough, they actually reach road. A decent road that leads up towards something that's. It almost looks like a mirage with just how shiny it is. It's this big old grand city out in the middle of the desert with, tall buildings with glass and, there's noises and flashing lights and it's clearly just this whole glitz and glam place.
yeah. Rex
Packed.
definitely feels more awake for it, but he's still holding on.
And it's packed. There are people just about everywhere, though there aren't as many cars on the street as you think because there's just people walking everywhere to the point where Trance actually, keeps a tighter grip on Rex and tells him, "Okay, make sure no one touches our bags. All right."
Yep. Rex actually even like takes off the bag from his back and puts it in between him and Trance.
All right. Good kid. And off they head towards the what looks like this really nice casino. It's the trim is gold and there's red accents and it's clear that it's definitely well funded. And it says the Sitting Duck Casino. And Trance heads looks like he's heading straight towards it before taking a right. And he heads down this alleyway towards a place that looks less glitzy. It's not as nice. Like there's always a less savory section to every town. There's always some place where people who don't quite have the same amount of funds make themselves at home, and from there, it's still very nice considering the area. It's definitely better than any old slums that you'd see in most places. But there's one apartment building that he heads to, which has blue paint and this kind of dark gray trim, and he just makes his way towards the front and stops at the reception area. All right, hop off.
And yeah, he finally gets off and like makes sure to check their bags to see if anything's been taken. Everything seems fine.
Yep.
And
Rex is good thinking, made sure that any of the pickpockets they bumped up against the crowd couldn't really grab anything.
mhm. I mean, Trance is pretty tall, so that'd be pretty easy.
Yeah, it's not hard to keep things out of reach when you're above average. But it's quiet at the reception area up until Trance heads to the desk and taps the bell. And there is this elderly looking tune, this older man with, I'm gonna say, he's got like this nice thick mustache. He looks like if a schnauzer became a rubber hose tune.
Oh.
And he's just like, "Oh, you're back." And Trance nods before uh, gesturing for Rex to come over to stand by him.
And Rex does so. He's kind of just quiet right now. He's not sure what to do about the situation.
I got a new tenant to watch my place, so if you would give him the key. And the older man is just like, "Oh, I see, I see. Good on you." And he dips towards the back area, towards the office, and there's a slight clattering sound before he comes back with a key, and it has 257 on the keyring. And just here you go. That's that's the apartment key.
And Rex nods.
Trance
And
pauses for a moment before sighing, and he takes the key and hands it to Rex. Just
and yeah, Rex takes it and just looks at Trance and like goes quiet for a few seconds before just he gives him a hug.
Trance freezes up for a small moment before he kind of hooks an arm uh, around Rex's shoulder and gives him a pat and just, all right, just if you need anything, Earl here has, well, he'll help out if there's any like leaks or anything. He's good on that. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
if you
Yeah,
go,
I
uh,
yeah.
yeah, he's the landlord. He takes good care of people. Doesn't ask too many questions.
Mm-hmm.
So
I so think thank you for this. I mean it. Like I didn't know what I would do at all, and now I'm you know gonna have my own place and I'll have plants to take care of and stuff.
yeah, and if I'm you're gonna need a job, so I'd say head to the Sitting Duck, ask for Ace Blackjack, tell him that Trance sent you for a maintenance internship.
Mm-hmm.
Like it'll be something. There's always something that breaks one way or another, and I'm sure you'll go pretty far that way.
Yeah, yeah. I'll yeah.
So let's get you settled in, and then I gotta head out.
All right. And I believe that would be best to end it off.
Yeah, that'll be that's where we'll leave off. The camera panning out as they head up towards the stairs to Rex's new beginning, and Trance somewhat closing the book on this particular chapter.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I'm going to stop the recording. So thank you so much, listeners, now and in the future, even though I'm pretty sure it's just me and Nano.
Yep.
Uh, and thank you for joining us for part two of A Cannon Shot in the Dark. The cannon didn't make an appearance, but it's best that way. For now. For now.
Yep.
We'll see Rex pull out the big guns at some point. I'm certain of it.
Yep.
And with that, we will bid you adieu. Farewell, farewell.